Hi everybody, this is Bruce with habowskistudio. Last night I had a little fun doing an interior in my house. Here's the results using an artificial light source. So continue watching, see how I did that. Tonight I'm going to try something highly unusual for me. I've got my paint box set up there and I'm going to be painting the chair right here with the area kind of right in there, and I'm going to be using a light I purchased at Home Depot that to light up my easel area to paint from. And this is a precursor to me trying to maybe get out there at night and do some painting. I want to kind of test the waters indoors a bit. It's not exactly the same as outdoors, but it'll be good enough. Okay, here's the light that I'm going to be using. It's a rechargeable LED light. And when you buy this, those two little bars on the right hand side and near my thumb on the left hand side are magnets. And it comes with little pads, magnet pads that you can stick somewhere, and then this magnetizes to that surface. So what I did was I made this little box sticking those pads in there, and that's where the light will go. And you can see that little tab right there. The plan is to, at the head of my tripod right here, I'm going to attach it and use that for my light source. The cool thing about this light is it's rechargeable, USB rechargeable. And I've had one in my car because I like to read it when I'm on break at work and at night. You know, I made the same little case for it to go over my visor to focus the light down and not get in my eyes. But it has three settings. That's the brightest. You know, you're probably picking this up here. Goes down to there, and then the third setting is there. And it has different time frames, how long the light will last at those different settings. But it's pretty cool. I like it a lot, especially in the car. I specifically first bought it to use as painting nighttime scenes. So that's what we'll be experimenting with tonight. And just as a little aside, the one I have in my car here in Maine, we've had some periods of some brutally cold weather and that sort of thing, and I've been using it in my car to read for a while now. But just having it in the car, not using it sort of thing, and just having it sitting there has lasted all this time. The cold weather has not, discharged the battery, weakened it. So it works very well in super cold weather. So that's nice to know also as a side benefit. And I've already attached the box that covers it to the tripod just using a spring clamp. You can use whatever size clamp or device that works for your width of head on your tripod with the tab. And there it is. Now you have this, you know, it just keeps the light going down, not into your eyes. So when you're looking out at night, when you're looking out at your subject, it should not mess you up too much. Now what's going to be interesting about this scene is I'm planning on tackling it in a value kind of mode, and I tend to do that a lot anyway, but mostly it's practicing the idea of painting with this new light of mine and see what happens. Palette I'm going to be using today is kind of like a earth primaries, a bright primaries and earth tone primaries. So we have except for one color, burnt umber there on the left, titanium white, ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, cad yellow, cad red, and burnt sienna. Okay, this is the setup with the light on. It's at the second setting, so of course the first setting is the highest, but I thought I'd try it at the middle and see what happens. And I'm working on a panel. It's actually a canvas board, like a 16th inch canvas board Fredericks makes them, and I mounted it to a regular panel that I normally paint on. So it'll be a little bit of a canvas texture, and I've treated it with an oil ground, and then of course it has like a grayish tone to it. And I'll be working with a rubber wash and all that sort of thing to start things out. So you'll see how we go.
Hey everybody, what's up? How's it going? So here I am doing a little interior scene with this new light. As you heard me explain, it's a pretty cool thing. I like it a lot, and I'm really hoping to get out there and do some nighttime painting with it. We'll see how that turns out. But as you saw in the very beginning of this video, this is the first video since launching my Patreon page, and I'm sure a lot of you people that watch YouTube videos might be familiar with what that platform is, but it helps creators like me get paid for the content we're doing. You can go to the site, check it out, and see what it's like to become a patron. I'll have a link also in the description box below. This is actually something I've been wanting to do for a while, is to paint an interior of our house. I have done it before from photographs, but nothing like on location, so to speak. We have a lot of little nooks and crannies in our house, so it'd be a lot of fun. I wasn't really too concerned in this painting with getting everything super exact because I was just trying out the technique of the light, but I had a real challenge in the very beginning with proportions, subtle little things, but just didn't look right, so I would change things around. I think definitely one thing I would do too, if I was painting outdoors, would be to put some masking tape over the furrows of the brush because they're metal, and the glint of light coming off there might be distracting over time at night. And of course, it was a little distracting during the painting process here, but I hope you enjoyed mostly the information about the light. I think it's a really cool thing to get one for yourself for some plein air painting. And I want to thank you for checking out the video and follow me on Facebook. See what I'm doing for works in progress. And on Patreon, I'll have some exclusive content if you join the community. So check that out. Especially, I'll be doing videos just for Patreon. So thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.
Okay, this is where I'm at. I feel like the light didn't bother me too much up there in terms of color mixing. What really was a challenge is the room itself is pretty bland in terms of the drapery on the windows, similar values, colors, that sort of thing. But the concept of working with the light seemed to work out well. Of course, it's not finished yet. I don't even know if I will finish it. I don't know. I do want to look at this in the morning with natural light to see how the difference is with using this light at night. I do like some elements in the piece, obviously, with the little reflection area I was talking about. I didn't go in great detail on the drapery. I got some suggestion of it over in the sheer over here. That's just the start of the window and so on. Composition wise, I like it. And we got a big puffy couch over here, so having just part of it like that might seem a little confusing, but with the pillow on there, I think it reads okay. Overall, nice experience painting in the house. Next time, pick something a little more simple, I guess, but I tend to jump into the big projects here. You saw in the time lapse where I kind of tried to knock in the light turned on, that being the lightest light, and going from there seemed to help a little bit. But what are you going to do? They all can't be good. Okay, here's the painting in daylight, and I'm pretty happy with the effect. I don't think the light was too biased and affected me in terms of color mixing. Looking at it in daylight seems pretty all right to me. Painting wise, of course, it's not one of my best. I wasn't really too wrapped up into that. It's more about the technique of using this light for painting in general. I do like the composition in the painting. I think that turned out pretty well. It took me 3 wipeouts to proportion wise and all that good stuff to get the effect. The problem we have here in the house, I don't know if you can see it, but when we bought the house years ago, just kind of a bland palette in terms of walls and curtains and that sort of thing. So painting that in a painting can be a little challenging. I liked a little bit of reflection there on the right corner there in the shadow of the chair with the sheer curtain things reflecting into the wood floor. But yeah, some bones. I might work on it some more. I'm not sure yet, but hope you enjoyed the video.